All right, this is week 2 of the update that I'm doing so far. And you can see the progress from the previous video if you watched it, So what I've been doing is I've been eating the same meals that I've been eating every single day. It makes it easier on the grocery bill, easier to prep, easy to put together, and just be done with it. No thinking about it. You want to make whatever cuts you're doing, you want to make it easy for you. You don't want to have to make it hard where you got to think about stuff. You shouldn't be thinking about it when you're in the cut. You either going to do it or you're not going to do it, right? In your mindset, you got to be ready to do these types of things, right? So that was one thing I learned. Also, when doing this, I saw that there was a lot of distractions that were coming my way because I knew that in 90 days, I would look completely different. And it's true. Once you go in this cut, and I'm not starving this cut. I want to make that clear. I'm not starving in this cut. I'm eating about 2,200 calories. My calorie maintenance calories is somewhere between 2,900 and 3,000 calories. So um, it's because I work out quite a bit and my activity level is pretty high. So I need to at least maintain my weight. I need to eat at least 29 to 30, like 31, or let's just say for the sake of numbers, 3,000 calories a day. I need to eat that amount in order to stay at my weight and maintain it. Now, as I said before, the measurements did go down. The chest was at 41 inches. It stayed the same. My chest is still full. So that's 41 inches. If anything, I suggest that may go up or just stay right the same, which is fine because that part of it is cool. Um, the upper thighs, they're still at 23.5, which is cool. Um, the calves, they're still at, I think they're like 15.5. I didn't measure that because they pretty much stay the same. Also, the lower waist where you put your hand on your hip, that did go down. It was at like 33.3 something. Now it's at 32.9. So I'm in the upper 32s for that. And then the upper waist is at 35 inches around. So that's looking really good. To lose that. That's how you know. And then my wrist, I don't measure that, but I can tell when my Apple Watch that I had on, it actually there's a notch that it went down, so fits really good on there. So that went down on the wrist part. And then my weight previously was 194. I'm now at 190. So on Sundays I weigh again. So I'm not sure exactly how much I'm gonna weigh then. Probably like 188, somewhere like that. And this is where the fat loss actually starts to begin. The first part of it, most people don't talk about, is the swoosh effect. And what that is basically where a bunch of um, fluid, water, glycogen, all that stuff, the fat cells being flushed out. That's the part where you see a big drop in the weight, and most people get really excited and be like, "Oh, I'm losing a lot of weight," but it slows down because once you get into that body percent where like you in the like low teens, it starts to slow down because your body's working against it and it's trying to protect itself. It's the defense system, right? But what I did notice is that my body has been cooperating with me, and it's because I've been cooperating with it. I eat. I'm not starving. Like I said, my breakfast in the morning, it is actually 4 eggs, a cup of egg whites. I may pour a little bit over, like maybe one fourth of a cup of that. So that's probably, but I usually just say a cup of egg whites. Both of those are 24 grams a piece. So you add that up in your head. Then you got the turkey bacon. It's uncured from Trader Joe's. It's 30 calories for them, and it's 5 grams of protein for each slice. That's why I picked those. It's really good. Also, a cup of spinach is added in there with the eggs. That's good for iron. It helps a lot. Magnesium, all that great stuff, right? You need that in your diet. Also, I have fruit. I love fruit. I love strawberries. I love kiwis. I love green grapes. I love raspberries, blackberries. I have that in the bowl, and that's about 300 calories right there in its own. That's why that particular meal I eat in the morning, after my treadmill with the vest of 30 pounds, after I do that, I come and eat my breakfast, and that is about 1,100 calories right there. Oh yeah, moment to mention this, the shake. So I have a protein shake where it's 25 grams of whey protein. It's animal protein, um, and I have a scoop of creatine in there, and that's 5 grams. It's no calories with that. And then I have a banana in there, and then a cup of blueberries. That's why it's about 1,100 to 1,200 calories right there. And you would say, well, when you eat that, aren't you full? Yes, I definitely am. For sure, I am. And then I will go on throughout my day. This is at usually at 9 o'clock. I'll eat that. I won't eat anything until probably like 1 or 2, and that's when the other dinner I have was some protein and vegetable and like some type of water or something like that. I have that, right, and I'll drink that just like so. Um, and then usually what I'll do is I will if I'm at home and I don't have to like let's say I don't have to go to the gym, then I'll eat that meal. I'll split it up. So like I have half of the protein that I have in there. I'll have right there. I'll eat half of the protein with the vegetables, and eat the other half later on, like around 6. So that'd be my last meal. If I go to the gym, if it's a gym day, because I go 4 days a week, then I'll eat it after I get back from the gym. And I usually, when I do that, because I have 2 days where I'll change up the different sides on it. And that's usually on Mondays and Fridays where I have Trader Joe's waffle fries. Perfect. I have them in the air fryer. And I usually have about 2 to 3 servings of that. Good carbs, especially when you come after working out. You can eat that. You have a time window, usually about 1 to 2 hours, where those calories are not really counting really as much because they're being going straight back to refueling your muscles and energy and all that stuff you actually need from that workout, right? Usually when you come back from the gym, you're tired or you just burnt out a little bit. But yeah, that's what's been the week update has been. Things are looking good. Like I said, I won't necessarily see the progress, but as you watch these videos, you will see. Like I said, I'll do weekly videos that I do every single week on Thursdays. So stay tuned in. It's a longer video, so this is going to be probably on YouTube. I'll make some shorts out of it and post it on the other Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. But majority of these are going to be on here. So if you want to stay tuned to this, I'm going to 9% by, I think it's by May 1st. I should be at 9%, and that's going to look good. And I'm not having to do anything crazy. Like I said, the amount of calories is about 22 to 300, which is not bad. That's what most people eat on a regular diet, and some women may eat a little less, maybe like 17, 18 if they're doing a cut. But for me, that's like a regular meal, right? And then my regular calories will jump back up by 700, 800 more. So I'll slowly, after this is over, the month of May will be, each week I'll do 150 calories more per week to get me back up, monitoring my waist. So yeah, I think that's a pretty clean cut thing that I'm doing here, and I want you to be along the journey so you can see me. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to see the progress as much, but you watching the videos, you'll be able to see it more than me, right? So usually around week 4 through 6, you see a big subtle change in the mirror, and most of it's going to be fat. So you're going to start to see like the cut between the delts and the biceps and triceps and the horseshoe in the back. You'll be able to see that more better. So it's definitely going to be a lot more clear. The definition is going to be there. So I'm looking forward to it. So this is not a summer body, nothing like that. I've been working on this for a while. And it's finally getting to the point to where it's actually going to look really good. So and stay tuned for next week. This will be week number 3 when we come back. I look forward to seeing you again. Leave your comments about your fitness journey you're doing. Leave a comment. Tell me how yours is going so we can all talk about it.